The people them recruit me, but I'm a lover. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Come guys, this is just a weighted vest and we're going to get to walking. We'll talk on the walk. No, but me really look like somebody soldier for true. Alright, I'm hurry up and fill up my water bottle. Be right back. I love these shoes. I've had them since 2021 and I always wash them and just try to take care of them. Them could I use a wash now, but these are the Adidas Ultra Boost. And when I first bought them, I did pay full price at a shoe store. I've learned my lesson. Now, I just look for the sale them. Because full price, it is pricey. Like, I think I paid $200. But if you watch the Adidas website and in Amazon and Zappos, even 6pm, I think I found 6pm.com, which is actually, it was separate, but then the same Zappos people own it now, and you know, Zappos is owned by Amazon. Woo, I'm out of breath. Anyway, I've gotten one since for like $80 something, so yeah. Alright, let's go. Alright people, I'm taking a small break. We just had a storm. In fact, it was a few days of rain, and yeah, I feel all types of ways about it because I'm very grateful that I and my family are safe. But yeah, out in the hill country, which is not very far from here, they would have had some serious devastation. I mean, yeah, I'm thinking a lot about this group of girls that were at a summer camp, and they have found some of the girls. Unfortunately, some would have passed and some are still missing, you know. And so yeah, I just feel pretty down about that. I think generally when we think about the devastation in the world, whether it's man-made or not, I think that sometimes we can feel like there's nothing we can do. I was really happy to see posts online from different like community members about like how to help that specific community. People from Austin teaming up to go, you know. It's tough, and I really have a hard time like separating, because to me that is being desensitized. Like, if I can just, oh, my life is fine and I'm here, like, no. And that's how I feel about, like I said, anything that's happening in the world, I'm like, yeah. So the walk is going good. Let me give you a quick update. We actually just hit 1 mile, and typically do 3 miles, and I try my best to. Some days when I'm not feeling great, I don't do nothing, and some days when I'm feeling okay, I do 2 miles. I actually started to make walking a habit, more so in Jamaica, but I came on a visit and I went for a walk by Lady Bird Lake, and I really liked it, and I just say, you know what, this could be a thing. And so going back to Jamaica, I would walk with my friend Anna. We do 5k, so 5k, you know, kind of equate to about 3 miles. So yeah, but yeah, it's pretty quiet out here because the storm just passed, and yeah, of course the trail is not pristine, but that's the least of our problems right now. So yeah, and I don't know if you guys can see, but there's this beautiful sunflower field behind me. I'll try to take you into it, but it's a little muddy. And then we keep going on our walk. And I want to talk about some health things and what I'm thinking about right now, having just turned 30, and what, you know, I'm hoping to encourage you to think about. So yeah, let me show you the sunflowers first. So I'm thinking a lot about the habits I want to build right now. And truthfully, I'm a very like sometime-ish person. Like I will lock in and I'm like, yeah man, I can do this and whatever. But if I'm not feeling the vibes, then I'm not gonna do it. And so when people talk about, oh, habit stacking and just do this, just do that, I'm like, yeah, sure, until life happens. And so what I'm thinking a lot more about now is like mindset towards health and what I want for my future self. Yeah, so for those of you who know, my dad passed away, right? And like there's a part of me that doesn't want his passing to be like my entire story, right? But it's a big deal. Like this is one of my parents. This is to me a founding person in my world. You know what I mean? So in seeing how things would have gone with him, and my dad was, you know, relatively healthy, you know, without sharing too much of his business, whether he's passed or not. My dad used to do track and field even as an adult. Like my dad was keeping up with exercising. He is the person I saw making it a part of his routine, right? But he also loved a good pastry and I love a good pastry. In fact, I am a bit of a pastry snob and a cupcake snob, and my close friends will know that. So anyway, point is, I've been thinking a lot about the mindset and the habits that I want to create around my health, and how easy, like as easy as possible, and how easy I can make that a part of my life, because the world we live in right now doesn't actually facilitate that. We talk about a lack of walkable cities, green spaces. You know, where I am right now, I'm very grateful for that, but it's not the norm for a lot of people, you know? So yeah, in terms of trying to make this a part of my life, I don't deal well with restrictions like that. Like, I feel like I've done some of the, okay, no juice, no carbs, no, and I'm never sticking with that because, first of all, I went to St. Andrew High School for girls, and them say life more abundant, and the Bible say life more abundant. So me want to have an abundant life and experience the things that life has to offer, right? So like crazy restrictions for me, they don't ever really work. But what has helped is just giving myself space to do things and enjoy certain foods or whatever in moderation, or making sure that I allow myself time to rest, because you need to. Oh wait, pause for the little creek behind us. Can you guys see? Let me show you. So beautiful, but so dangerous as well. Not right here. I don't know how high the water rose around here, but yeah, if you guys look up Austin floods 4th of July weekend, yeah, you'll see some of what happened. But anyway, enjoy a peaceful moment.
It's nice back here.
It is. Yeah, so in terms of making this part of my lifestyle, like I think a big part of it is recognizing what doesn't work for you, and watching people online or even talking to people in person, and they're like, oh, I just do this and that, and you're like, that never worked for me. Well, it's good, it's information. Big up my therapist. I learned that emotions are information. So I don't really like doing that, or it's hard for me to keep consistent. That's information. So let me tell you, for me right now, walking just continues to be an accessible way for me to get movement in, and especially with the weighted vest, like this is a 12-pound weighted vest. Sometimes I walk, I'm touching at the 450 and 500 calories burned. And if I went to the gym, which I do go to the gym sometimes, but not consistently, but if I went to the gym, I would have killed myself in a certain ways just to get to that 500 calories burned, and can't feel like I can't do nothing for the rest of the day, honestly. Also, learning other things about myself, like, okay, my iron is low. I need to take my iron supplement, damn. or eat more food with iron, which is probably the first option. But yeah, it's definitely been a process of figuring out what works for me and what doesn't work for me, and tailoring it to me and my lifestyle, you know, and also honoring the different seasons. Because like the other day I had this exam I was preparing for. The exam are tomorrow. Right now, I need to get the knowledge in my brain. Exercise is good for studying as well. So I tried to keep it up, but as I got closer to the exam, it definitely wasn't the priority. I really needed to do more practice exams. So yeah, figuring out what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and knowing what doesn't work for you, and then honoring the seasons. Okay, so there's all of that, but the biggest thing is really hitting go and showing up for whatever it is that you figured out you actually like or don't like. Being able to now say, you know what, the excuses and whatever, I'm gonna have to put them down. I don't think I'm ever in the mood to do any form of exercising unless like I just get a new workout set, but that also wears off. You know, the dopamine of that wears off. And when you realize that all of this is actually dopamine in different forms, whether that is being on your phone or going for exercise or getting a new outfit, whatever it is, you realize that, oh, if my mind is just responding to dopamine, then I can reconfigure that to make it work for me. So, you know, maybe on the walk I will vlog because I like to vlog. Or maybe on the walk I'll call a friend, or I will listen to an album that I really like. You know, different things like that make it a bit easier and try to provide the same dopamine hit. I think I am not no expert, you know, disclaimer, not a doctor, not a fitness coach, nothing like that, just a girl trying to figure things out and keep my body healthy and also fit into my favorite clothes. So yeah, but I'm really proud of myself because during the heavy grieving period, grief is constant, but during the initial months having lost my dad out, I could not keep up with any of the things that I had started to pride myself in, the walking, the online exercising with Grow with Joe and stuff. I just couldn't do it. You know, my world had shattered, and so now I'm rebuilding, and I'm really proud of myself because there's a lot of shame that comes with it. So separate from identifying what doesn't work for you and what works for you, and then identifying, okay, how you can hit go and encouraging yourself to actually show up, there's the other side of it, which is I like to call it the guilt and shame loop. And I remember talking about this at True Selves Yoga Retreat at the start of the year, and you know, really thinking through like, okay, what's keeping us in this cycle, you know, where things aren't getting better but we're not doing anything about it. For me, it's the guilt and shame loop. You know, you let yourself down and you keep showing up for other people and you're not making yourself a priority, and sometimes there's a bit of selfishness to make yourself a priority, and that's with exercising, that's with your education, that's with your creative endeavors. There has to be some of that selfishness and showing up for you, but also letting go of the guilt and shame loop. And I highlight it because I think it's that powerful, and so we have to be careful, because if we stay in the guilt and shame loop, months pass. Because right now we just finished June, we hit our 6-month mark, and there are things that I did do that I set out to do, there are things that I didn't do, and so I'm thinking, okay, great, I'm happy I have a marker. Let me see what I can rejig going into the last 6 months of 2025. And you know, I could get stuck in the loop, and sometimes I do, and I cry and I feel upset, and then I'm like, all right, what now? Paramore has a song, and in it they say something about, like, first of all, the song Is It Fun? Everybody should know that song. Is it fun living in the real world? And when she talk about, you know, the world open up, the world didn't pull you in or whatever, I'm sure I'm mashing up the lyrics, but the point is, the world didn't suck you in. You didn't disappear. The world ended in a sense. You are still here. Now what? You feel horrible, but now what? And I say that with all the love, and I say that to myself with all the love, because there are days when we get really stuck, you know, And so, especially when it comes down to our health, remembering that it's daily deposits, like less from She So Lucky says, or just remembering that nothing happens overnight. For my Jamaicans, one cocoa full basket, every mickle make a muckle is the same thing. But I get it. It's okay to feel frustrated about, how you're feeling in your body, the way you look, like it's real. And especially in the age of like the quick fix, where no hate to anybody else. If you have the access and the resources to do what you need to do, fine. But also, anything needs to be maintained. If you get braces, you're going to have to maintain your teeth with retainers after. If you are getting your body done, you will need to exercise after. It's gonna come anyway. If you go on a GLP-1, whatever Ozempic thing, you're going to need to maintain your body, your diet, everything after anyway. Veneers, anything that you think is going to like, okay, just make it perfect now, make it stay. You're going to have to do things about it to maintain it. Anything good needs care. Anything, relationship, your body, your health, your mind, it needs care and consistent effort. So this is what I try to remind myself once I'm out of the guilt and shame loop, or really to take myself out of it, because nobody you're seeing or you're admiring or whatever is doing anything overnight, anything at all, right? So consistent care and effort, no matter what you choose, what route you choose, you're gonna have to put in the effort. So yeah, that's what I'm telling myself. Sometimes I'm like, whatever, I'm gonna want to hear that. And sometimes, like today, I show up. I do want us to try our best, kicking off July, to show up for ourselves. Once again, I know it is difficult. I'm here and I'm on a beautiful walking path, a walking trail. Enough communities don't have that, whichever country you're in, so when I didn't have access to this, like I mentioned, I would do the Grow with Joe YouTube videos, and she made it really accessible because you don't even need sneakers more while for her exercises. And when I tell you, I saw my body and stamina change. Yeah, so Grow with Joe, I will link her below. And yeah, whatever you have access to, do it. Don't wait on the gym membership, the money, the this, the that, because whatever you're doing daily is a choice, whether it's a subconscious or a conscious choice. A quick check-in, we are about to hit 2 miles, and I'm really proud of myself, and I'm really glad the sun is coming out. So yeah, we're doing it, guys, we're doing it. All right, so we are at 2.7 miles, so I'm almost done with the 3-mile walk, and I always feel happy at the end. I always feel happy at the end because it's like, oh, you almost never even come out here and look, see, you're almost done. So it feels very motivating. But I want to talk a little bit more about our health and fitness with regards to life, longevity, and our quality of life. For me, health has continued to become a big topic. It always was. I lost my grandpa to heart disease and my dad to heart disease, and so for me, I'm thinking through, like, I'm the first grandchild and I'm now 30. What does this mean for the way I will continue to live and the things and the precautions I need to take? I've been learning a lot about insulin resistance, pre-diabetes, diabetes, of course the different types. I've been learning about, how we can maintain our cardiac health. And no, it's not Heart Health Awareness Month or anything, but honestly, every month is Heart Health Awareness Month for me now, having gone through and witnessed what a lack of heart health can do. So for me, I'm really thinking through, okay, what are the things I need to change from now? And I don't even think 30 is early. Honestly, I would have loved to build certain habits around my eating and movement earlier on, more consistently. But guess what? We have today, right? And you have today. Wherever you are starting, you have today. But it is important, and I encourage you not only to think about what are the easy and accessible ways you can keep up your heart health, but also what is in your family history that you don't know. So the other day I sat down with my mom and I asked her, okay, tell me again, how did this grandparent pass? How did that great grandparent pass? Did they have any disease? Did they have, because I didn't know. And you know, you may know like what your parents and maybe one grandparent has, but you know, it's important to have the family medical history. And I'm sure, you know, my friends who are doctors and stuff would agree. It's so helpful for them when they need to diagnose something. You see it on the forms when you're signing up for a new medical office. It matters. And also I would say check and double check what information you're getting, because of life and a lot of things aren't written down, you might not have the story right. You might have it say, oh, so and so died from XYZ, and it's not so it go, or this person had this illness and it was actually something else. So I encourage you, as a to-do for 2025, other than, you know, making time and effort to move your body and think about your health as a whole, I encourage you to try and write down even a rough draft of your family medical history, so you can know what you're working with, what is hereditary, what is in your genetics, and then you're able to make more informed decisions. So I'm gonna end the vlog here today. Thank you so much for just, you know, walking with me, talking with me. Hopefully you're replying in the comments. I think this is very important for us, guys, and as I, you know, tried to allude to earlier, there's so much in the media, social media, regular media, or even in our daily lives that we talk about fitness with regards to how we look outside, but it's for us to remember what's inside, what's happening on the inside. That's the real tea, as the young people would say. As if I'm not young, but you get what I'm saying. So, you know, identify what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Show up what's gonna help you to hit goal. Identify the shame and guilt loop and decide how you're going to tackle it. Knowing that it's there and knowing that you're in that loop is so important. That awareness is so important. And then finally, you know, look at your family history, look at the medical history, go beyond just your parents and grandparents. Try to understand, you know, what the different sides of your family have experienced, because it will be helpful in you creating whatever routine or whatever, you know, mindset rather, that you're going to be embarking on. So I'm sending you good vibes as always. We have to take care of ourselves and show up. Wishing you an awesome rest of your 2025. You have a half of year left. That's awesome. 6 more months ahead, and you can do whatever you set your mind to. You already have everything you need within you. And last thing, keep looking down, one foot in front of the other. Just keep focused on that. Don't look too far ahead and get, you know, stressed out. Remember, one foot in front of the other. Good vibes.